the text and exercise sheets supplied with this video program are an integral part of the course. Using them regularly as part of the learning process will help you to benefit fully from the program. Additional support material can be found on our website. We'd like to thank you for purchasing this program. This program is aimed at people with ADD and learning difficulties.
In this program we're going to show you solutions that worked for us and that could also work for you to gain self-confidence, to overcome the various obstacles we all have as learning disabled, to apply to academic studies and to be admitted, to find a life partner, to understand that you're not alone and to deal with that, to get support from the environment and more.
But maybe the best way to go about it is to tell you how we got to where we are. I'm Shavit Nachman.
And I'm Ilan Nachman.
And we are husband and wife. I was born with ADHD, and at the time didn't know what it was and didn't know how to handle it. And it made me be behind in the classroom. And I had low self-esteem. And as a result, I was also unpopular. And teachers decided that I wasn't part of the school, I didn't belong there. And 2 weeks into 9th grade, I left school and dropped out. And I didn't think I would ever go back. When I was in the army, I happened to speak to one of the soldiers. I don't remember what we spoke about, but at the end, he said, "You're so smart, you must have aced your final exams in high school." And I said, "Well, no, I dropped out 2 weeks into 9th grade." And at that moment, his whole reaction to me changed. He just gave me this pitying look and said something about my being stupid and just walked off. He didn't want to speak to me anymore. I wasn't interesting anymore. And I thought to myself, what? Over a piece of paper? That's how I'm going to be treated? I'll just go and complete my high school diploma. And then I found out that I had to complete 10 years of education. So I went and did that. I took a course. And then I went to college to finish my high school exams.
My story is very similar to Shavit's story. I suffered greatly from learning disabilities. I had problems reading, writing, simple arithmetics. It was hard for me to stand in front of a classroom and just read. I had problems of low self-confidence, social problems at school. Everybody thought I was stupid. Even I thought I was stupid. The only place where they did not think I was stupid, that was at home, because they thought I was lazy. And every time there was a parents' meeting at school, everybody was very stressed because they knew ahead of time what would happen and how disappointed everyone will be. My parents would come to the teachers and they would say, "He can, but he just wouldn't do the effort." The only thing I was good at was behavior. I got an A in behavior. All the rest was fail, or at least very low. In high school, things were roughly the same. Even when I tried harder and I gained motivation, very quickly I would find myself back in square one. I would come back home, try to do my homework, and then I couldn't retrieve them from my memory. I would get private tuition, or my mother would sit and teach me. And what I did with her was okay, if the teacher even believed that I was the one who did that. But if they tried to tell me a week afterwards to do things on my own, I would find myself in front of the same notebook and wouldn't know what to do. No matter how I wanted and how hard I worked, I always found myself in the same point. And even in the army, I had problems afterwards. And what finally led me to decide to start studying was a trauma that I went through. I had a severe car accident, after which I was neutralized for 18 months. I couldn't walk. And I realized that what I had focused on before, which was very physical, I was good in physical things. I realized that this was too dangerous because the slightest problem and I could lose everything. So I wanted to have some sort of a safety in life. So this was when I decided I would start studying. So I tried to finish my final exams.
One of the best things that happened to me was that I went back to finish my high school exams. I met Ilan there. And together we were diagnosed with learning disabilities. If you like labels, then Ilan has ADD and which is the full package, pretty much. And I have ADHD, which is the same as Elan has, with the added bonus of hyperactivity.
The way they found the problem was very simple. We just tried at first. We went to study together. This was where I met Shavit, and we were a group or a couple, and we started to work together. We tried to help one another. And after 4 months of studies, we realized that we were getting nowhere. No matter how hard we tried, and we did try very hard. We studied every night, very late. We did all the work.
And the grades we got never mirrored the effort we put in.
We always reached the same line of, well, pass or barely pass at best, and we also had failures. At a certain point, we were very frustrated, and then my mother realized that, and she said, "Why don't you go to a guidance counselor? Talk to her. She might help you." So we went to see a counselor, and in fact, she told us, there is such a thing as learning disabilities. That was something I had never heard of before, and Shavit hadn't heard of it either. And she said, "Go and get tested, see if you have learning disabilities." So we went to 2 separate institutions, and we each returned with a whole list of disabilities and all kinds of weird names, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, and things like that. And the important thing was that we realized this was not our fault, that we really had a problem. It wasn't that we were lazy. We had a real problem, and we had to overcome that problem. And finally, someone had pointed that problem, telling us, "Well, you have this and that." And when we realized that there was a problem, this was a very important step forward. This allowed us to go on and to see how to deal with the problem. Retrospectively, today I finished my final exams. I have a BA with honors and a master's with honors, and I'm on the dean's list. And Shavit is the same. She has a BA and a master's degree, both with honors, and she's on the dean's list. We both have our own businesses.
Elan has a company for security products and underground systems internationally, all over the world.
And Shavit has a business in consulting. She consults to businesses, small businesses. We both feel that we managed to go through the glass ceiling, to break through it, and we really want to give you the tools that will allow you to do the same. We believe it is possible. We've been there. We know it's possible. We know how you feel, and we know you can overcome. It requires efforts. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to have a bit of tools, and we are going to give you those tools.
I think there are 2 things that are very important. One, for you to know that there are solutions to everything. There's a solution, and we'll give you the tools and the solutions, and we'll help you to pave the easiest road that we know. And the second thing is for you to know that you should be motivated. We will be there with you throughout this program with all sorts of little prizes that will help you be motivated and excited. And the most important thing is for you to know that you have the option, and to keep a positive attitude. Listen, we're not psychologists, and we don't have statistics. We're just 2 people that happen to go through the similar thing together, and we want to share it with you. We didn't take any medication. We didn't go to counseling. We didn't have guidance. We didn't go to special school, special education. All these things are fine. It's just not the way that we chose. And these videos, the series of videos, is our way.
This way will actually allow you to find the way to your success. Watch the videos. Try to assimilate them, to understand how we did that. And then try to see how it might work for you. It works. You're not alone. There are lots of other people suffering from exactly the same problems with different variations, but they're all suffering. We are all suffering from those problems. Those problems can be dealt with. We did deal with them. We will give you our tools and our knowledge and our secrets, how to do this, how to go through these processes. All you need is watch the videos, practice, and assimilate what we say. And then your way to success is guaranteed.
To me, these videos as a sort of personal mission. I was there. I went through all these difficulties. And for me, it would be the biggest accomplishment if you would watch these videos, put them to practice, go down the path that we went down, and succeed just like us.
Our goal in this program is to give you our knowledge, to give you a shortcut We went through a very long process. We can make this process shorter for you. We went through all the traps. We fell in all the pits. We managed to overcome. And we want to give you all of our knowledge to help you succeed. To go through those obstacles and succeed. That's the goal. The only thing you have to do is to want to succeed. And we know you want to because you bought this program. Now, all that remains to you to do is to watch the vids and practice and go forward. One of the most difficult things in this process is to really find the inner motivation, to be optimistic. I can tell you that I used to be very pessimistic because of all the failures I had to deal with. We're going to try to give you some exercises and tools which may seem simple and unimportant, but they are very important. It's important for you to do them. They will help you go through the difficulties. Not everybody likes all of them, but it's important for you to do them.
People like us who have ADD or ADHD or learning disabilities find it difficult to see the positive side of life sometimes, because often we see more obstacles than solutions. And for a start, we'd like you to see things more positively. We want you to know that you have something to be thankful for every day. The first exercise we'd like to give you will start right away. And the purpose of it is to help you have a more positive outlook on life. To start already, right now, to start your days more positively. The first exercise might seem a little trivial, but the point of it is mainly to change your perspective. Print out this file called New Day, put it by your bed, and for you, when you wake up in the morning, until you go back to sleep, you have to look for one positive thing you can be thankful for before you go to sleep. It can be a smile from the neighbor, it can be something nice that your shopkeeper told you, or something even bigger. It doesn't matter what it is. At the end of the day, when you go to bed, right before you go to sleep, read this page to yourself. And this is what it says. Tomorrow is a new day, and I'll be better with myself. I'll forgive myself for what I couldn't do today, and I will try again. I am happy, and I am thankful for this day, and mostly for the smile that Ilan just gave me. Find this thing that made you happy today. As the days go by, your brain and your thought will be more programmed to look for these positive things. And as the days go by, your whole thought, your whole perspective will be more positive. When I just started out, and I was fighting to study, and I put in so much effort, and I knew I was putting in effort like everyone else, maybe even more, and I knew that I wasn't stupid. And yet when I came to the exam, there was a blank page before me, and that's how it stayed. And it was so frustrating. And there were days when I would wake up in the morning and say, I don't even have a right to live. That's how I felt. And I don't think it's true. I know that I am having difficulties, and I know that I have things to be thankful for. Maybe it's my mother who smiled at me when I was living back home, or something sweet my son said to me, or somebody giving me a ride somewhere. It doesn't matter. Even if I got extra change and gave it back and the person in the shop was happy. And I would like for you to know, when you're watching this video, that you should start thinking about all these little things in life that you can be thankful for every day. The point of this exercise is to put a focus on it, for you to look for these things that are positive. Because once you start looking for them consciously, slowly it'll seep into your subconscious. And then you'll end up being more optimistic, more positive. You'll start your day with a smile because you'll know there'll be things to look forward to.
When you expect to have a good day, you will have a good day. When you anticipate a bad day, likely you will have a bad day. So we want to give you that perspective. It's actually you who can create the good things for yourselves, because everybody has that.
And lots of them. So print out this page, read it every day, complete the final sentence about the thing that happened to you today that was good. And maybe at first you'll feel embarrassment or some discomfort. As the days go by, you'll feel the change. The change is significant. The smile will come from within. In this chapter, we already showed you the first step towards changing your attitude and making it more positive. In the next video, we'll start taking more steps towards your goal and towards changing your lives. So see you in the next video.